My name's Steve Smith. I'm Professor of Political Philosophy and Social Policy at the University of South Wales, based at Newport. And I'm also Chair of the Newport City Council's Fairness Commission, which was set up in September 2012. We are a commission made up of 14 members, including myself, and we represent a range of interests across Newport. And we're part of our role is to engage with the whole public debate about fairness and how that relates in particular to budget allocations of Newport City Council as we move into increasing austerity measures in regards to public spending.
Is there interesting things you found out so far since you've been doing the role?
Yeah, I mean, there's a number of different issues really that we've been exploring in the Fairness Commission. The first is that there isn't just one meaning attached to fairness. Politicians often use the concept of fairness to promote or label, as it were, the policies they're promoting, but of course once you scratch under the surface you realise that there's many different definitions of fairness and many different understandings and emphasis within the idea of fairness. So part of our role in the Commission is to try and unpack the different layers of what we might mean by fairness, and how that in turn relates to issues concerning the allocation of scarce resources.
Earlier on today I was handing out some leaflets in Newport City Centre, and I noticed that a lot of the shops around the area I was standing in are now either boarded up or shut or have relocated elsewhere. Has the council looked into any sort of schemes or ideas on how to regenerate that city centre?
Sure. I mean, it's not my job to obviously to defend as such Newport City Council policy, but certainly Newport City Council have been engaged in various different regeneration programmes and plans really for the city centre, clearly a lot of changes are actually happening, and of course as we're going through these changes, sometimes the picture doesn't look that positive. And as you say, there are a lot of shops which have closed quite recently in Newport City Centre and have either relocated outside of the city centre into retail parks or elsewhere. And there's clearly a large redevelopment programme as well going on within the city centre. But as you say, it is sometimes quite a bleak picture when you see the shops shut. The message, I suppose, must be that in relation to issues of fairness has to be underpinned by economic growth, because it's no good talking about the redistribution of resources if economic growth is not being fostered through investment either from the public or private sector. And it's certainly a very important part of the Fairness Commission's role is to explore the relationship between the public and the private sector, and between economic regeneration and public services, and how those two domains, if you like, interface.
It's interesting that you brought up how the public sector and the private sector interact. How much work have the Commission actually done on that?
Well, we're early days yet. We're only set up in September 2012, and we're looking obviously at a number of different areas, mainly related to budget allocations, it has to be said, in relation to public spending. But as I say, Newport City Council is also very active in terms of trying to establish policies which are supporting economic regeneration. And so certainly, part of the planks, if you like, of fairness that we've explored in the interim report which we published in February of 2013 was keen to emphasise the relationship between economic regeneration and issues of distribution and fairness as a result.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.